If you run a business, your biggest fear is that business failing or you going bankrupt. And you want to do everything in your power to make sure that that never happens. And today, I'm going to show you why a podcast may be the very thing that saves your business or keeps it from ever needing to be saved. My name's Ben Levitt, and welcome to Podcast Pros. So as an entrepreneur watching this, you want to keep your business thriving. And to do that, you need customers, and you need loyal customers at that. And a podcast can help you achieve all the things that you need to do to keep your business thriving, growing, and sustainable. And I'm going to walk through exactly how that's possible and why you should start a show if you don't already have one to help your business, or definitely consider starting one, or how you can use your current show better and why you should stick with it to make sure your business stays thriving. So the first point I want to cover here is the fact that for each episode, you can target specific keywords. So by just including something that your ideal customer would type looking for an episode for in, say, their favorite podcast player, you have the opportunity to show up, whether that be on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, really anywhere where people consume podcasts. If you include keywords in the title of the episode, the description of the episode, and the tags of the episode for the directories that use those, you have a chance to show up when people search for that. And that is a massive tool for you to leverage to make sure that you're consistently getting targeted, super engaged, and very valuable traffic from your ideal customers. And so how do you do this? It's actually wildly simple. Think about what your ideal customer would be searching for, whether that be on Google, on YouTube, or for podcasts, and literally make a podcast answering that question or stating that opinion or whatever it may be for your specific situation. Make a dedicated episode specifically for that. And this is really a no-brainer even if you already have a podcast, because chances are your customers have similar problems, questions, concerns, dreams, etc. So making a piece of content will already help your existing audience and consistently bring in more over time through leveraging podcast SEO. And if you want a full podcasting SEO tutorial, let us know in the comment section and we'll bring that video to you soon. Secondly, podcasts are highly shareable content amongst your ideal customers or followers, because people typically hang out and associate with people that are very much like them. They have similar interests, similar working environments, similar dreams, etc. So your biggest resource for more customers are your current customers. And so if you make content that really resonates with them, chances are they're going to share that podcast episode with someone who is just like them that they know could also take this benefit. And if the current listener is already a current customer and they share it with someone similar, you could essentially get your current customer to be a salesperson through your content. And nothing goes farther than a personal endorsement from someone they know, like, and trust that isn't trying to sell them anything. And your podcast can allow your current listeners and customers to essentially do that for you through something you create once and let live on the internet. But that can only happen if you create the content consistently that allows it to actually happen and allows people to share it with others. Another huge thing with podcasting is that a lot of people think once they make an episode, it just dies. That is definitely not the case, because when new people find your show, if they really like it, they're going to go back and listen to your entire catalog of episodes. And who knows which one may resonate with your next dream client that gets shared with them just because you have it there to be shared with from one of their friends. I know it's kind of a weird picture, but essentially it's very, very simple. You make an episode that really resonates with your current customer. They share it with someone who's just like them. You now have two customers for making one piece of content. And this snowballs because of the internet and the fact that it lives on forever. I think you got it. Let's move to the next point. The next piece is what I think is the most critical thing for businesses specifically when it comes to podcasting. And it's a statement that I see as a fact, and I would fight anyone on this. A podcast is the strongest, and I'm going to repeat it just for emphasis, the strongest customer retention tool that you possibly have from a content perspective. And that is because podcasts are so intimate, especially if you create consistently. If someone listens to your podcast all the time, they're going to have a strong relationship with you, your brand, and your business because they truly feel like they know you. And this completely works whether you know your customers or you don't. If you do, then it's only going to enhance the relationship that you do have with them. And even if you never actually meet them, it leverages what's called a parasocial relationship, which is a one-sided relationship from a content creator, which in this case is you, with the audience. And that gets stronger and stronger the more time that is spent with them and the more connections and content that is shared. So through you creating a consistent content, you're creating a very deep relationship, either a two-way one or a parasocial relationship, and they're both equally strong. And why it's so huge for customer retention is because once they feel like they know, like, and trust you, and they definitely will if they listen to your podcast, they're not going anywhere as a customer. They're going to stick with you even if things aren't great at the moment. And that relationship is make or break for reducing churn within your business. Say someone has a bad month with your service. If you have a relationship with them through your podcast, they're going to think about you before they cancel the service. And it might lead to them reaching out and saying, I have this issue, which you can then remedy and keep them as a customer. That never would have happened, and they would have just left if you didn't have a podcast. And as every business owner knows, the cheapest customer to acquire is the one that you already have. So you want to reduce churn as much as possible, and a podcast is the most powerful tool that you can use to do that. If you want help running your show and growing your audience, this is the channel dedicated to helping you do that. So subscribe to Podcast Pros for videos like this weekly to help you grow your show, run your show better, and get more from your podcasting experience. And this brings us to our final point for why a podcast could save your business. Having this relationship that we discussed previously will really open the floodgates for communication with your existing customers to provide you with way more feedback. And this happens in two ways. You can either directly ask for it within the podcast, saying, reach out to us if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, and then use that valuable information for your business. Or, like I mentioned earlier, because there's now a relationship established, people are going to feel far more comfortable coming to you with their questions, concerns, comments, and advice that you probably wouldn't have received unless you opened up this dialogue through your show. And customer feedback is the best thing that you can do to improve your business, improve the growth of your business, and customer satisfaction, which is going to help every facet of your business. And a podcast might be the very tool that can help you do that far more effectively. So you as the business owner are now sold on why you need a podcast to keep your business healthy, thriving, and growing. But 99% of podcasters fail, and they do this because of a few very specific reasons that we cover in this video right here. And I want you to be in that 1%. So go ahead and watch this video so that your podcast doesn't fail and your business can continue to thrive. So go ahead and click that right now. I'll see you over there.